they'll hit you. And then it may last 10, 20, 30 minutes, and then it's over. But this one wasn't like that. When they hit us, I mean, you felt the intensity of the firepower that was coming against us. And like I said, we had walked down into this valley, and the river was like right across from us. And now the word, people started getting hit all around us. People, I mean, when I say hit, I mean boom, rocket rounds that were blowing people apart, you know, and just unbelievable. It was like, oh my God, this is it. You know, they're coming. We knew that they were any moment that they would be coming, because that's the first thing they do is they hit you with that barrage of artillery and mortars and rockets and everything. And then that's when they come after that, boom. So we were all saying, here they come, you know. And we're running up towards the top of the hill, and now all of a sudden, they open up on us from both sides. They start hitting us from both sides. Well, then the tanks come rolling up the hill like this, and wah-boom, fire this way, wah-boom, you know, and they're leading the way. And we had 3 tanks with us and 3 Ontos. As we were coming up to the ridge at the top of the road, the tanks came first. They went over the top of the ridge. And then the Ontos came screaming up behind them. People had to literally jump out of the way from not being run over by the tanks and the Ontos. And when people jumped out of the way, they would jump over to the sides of the roads. Well, they had put these stakes in there they called punji pits, where they're bamboo, sharpened bamboo, and they would put like poison on them or urinate on them or put feces on them to make them infected. So if you did, well, some of the guys, when they jumped over, they landed on those. You know, I remember one guy, he landed in his leg, they were sticking through his leg, and he was screaming. You could hear them scream I mean, it was just like total chaos. Well, they were so good that they had that road already marked off with their mortars. So when I was up towards the top of the road, and then I heard the mortars coming in, and they sound like bongo drums, kind of boom, 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 like that. And everybody yelled, mortars, mortars, you know, and then they started down at the bottom of the road, and they walk them up, boom, 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 up towards the top. The guys who had been there a while knew some of those tricks. So when the mortars started coming in, instead of running away from the mortars, you would run towards the mortars back, because you knew that they were going to be walking up this way, and then later on you could come back. A lot of people were getting hit, like I said, and I remember I helped this one guy. He had been hit 17 times. He was hit all over. Got hit across the throat, got hit. The bullet had grazed across the top of his forehead, and the blood was pouring down his face. And I helped the corpsman get him up, and they patched him, and then we tried to get him to these safe areas so we could just, you know, have them when we could get the medevac out. We had put them in these safe areas. Well, then the battle went on that through the day, because it was like 10 o'clock in the morning when it had started, and the battle went on all till like 2 o'clock. Remember, it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was hungry. I remember I was starving, and I walked in through this little grove, and there was this Marine sitting there, and he had his little heat tap, and he was heating up a little can of chicken noodle soup. And he said, hey brother, you know, you hungry? I said, yeah man. He said, how about, you want to share this with me? Sure man. So I sat there, and he ate some and handed it to me, and I ate some, and you know, then I said, hey brother, I gotta get back. He said, hey man, be careful. You too brother. So I got up, and I started heading back to where, because we had all been separated. Everybody, you know, you weren't no longer with your little group of or platoon. Everybody was separated, and I was trying to find my platoon by that time. I had been fighting with other groups of guys in different areas and different locations, and now it had calmed down enough that I could try to go find my group. Well, I get up to the top of the hill, and I find my platoon, and they're pinned down right on the other side of the hill. And one of the partners had gotten hit. He got hit in the throat. His name was Ramirez, and there was like bubbles coming out of his throat right here where he got hit. He got hit in the arm too. And so I said, come on, brother, let's go. And I had already been helping other guys get back to the LZ, the potential LZ landing zone where they were going to medevac these guys out. So I took them back there to the LZ, and as I was leaving them, he looked at me and said, don't go, Larry, stay here. And like I said, I could see these bubbles of blood that were right here in his throat. I said, brother, I gotta get back. I gotta get back to the spot, man.